So it's impacting their travel for both our administrators and staff about an additional hour on their journey.
Well, tonight on Connecticut's news station, the cleanup continues after catastrophic flooding hit several communities. A look at the impact it's having on back-to-school season.
Heating things up tomorrow. The good news is the severe weather threat is amping down. We'll explain the changes to the forecast coming up.
A new report breaks down chronic absenteeism and performance scores at Connecticut schools. We're taking a look at where the state is seeing improvements.
And a new law mandates menstrual products in school bathrooms, but some districts say they don't have enough money. How local leaders are responding tonight.
Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good evening and thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. Ready or not, here they come. Seymour will send kids off to the first day of school tomorrow, even while the town is still recovering from flooding.
And as Fox 61's Julia LeBlanc found out, despite the impact on the students and the staff, town leaders feel giving classes the green light is an important step in moving forward.
The first day back to school is always special in any town, but the way Seymour's superintendent and first select woman are describing this year, it seems like it carries just a little bit of extra weight, serving as an opportunity for everybody to come together.
This has devastated our beginning in a way that has never happened in many years in Seymour, never like this.
Seymour's superintendent, Dr. Susan Compton, starting a new school year with excitement, but also empathy for what her community is going through after catastrophic flooding.
We're going to do the best that we can tomorrow for opening day. That's the most important day of the year.
Dr. Compton says several families have been impacted by the flash floods, their homes and businesses damaged, including in and around Claritas Village Plaza.
That has impacted everyone, also the employees that are in those stores and businesses, because some of those are our parents.
But as they continue to clean up and clear out, the school day continues as normal Wednesday, with buses on their usual routes. To get anywhere, though, it'll take many staff members a lot longer.
It's impacting their travel for both our administrators and staff about an additional hour on their journey, which normally would take 30 minutes is now going to take over an hour.
To get through Seymour, you have to go down a state road. Seymour is full of state roads, 67, 313, 34. Those are the main that go through us, and 34 was affected and 67 was affected.
But First Selectwoman Anne Marie Dragonis says with all but one local road now passable, it's important to get the kids back to school as they help neighboring communities that haven't been as lucky.
You know, we have 16 businesses out, 10 families, homes were affected by this. I don't want to say we're blessed, but we were blessed because we did not receive the damages that Oxford, Southbury, Newtown, Monroe have all received.
So I think we're going to be okay. We've totally been blessed, but our neighbors have not been.
Now, as we have reported on, neighboring Oxford has delayed the start of its school year until after Labor Day. Now, when they are ready, Dr. Compton here in Seymour tells me that they will be offering any and all help to their neighbors. We are in Seymour. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Thank you, Julia. While the floodwaters have receded, Connecticut families are still feeling the impact, and you can help Fox 61 lend a hand. This Thursday, join the Fox 61 Flood Relief Drive. We're collecting supplies and monetary donations from 8 to 11 a.m. at the Seymour Oxford Food Bank. That's at 20 Pine Street in Seymour. Visit fox61.com/flood relief or scan the QR code right there on your screen to learn how you can help. And if you are planning to donate, the food bank says it's most in need of water, shelf-stable food, sanitary products, diapers, and reusable shopping bags. As for items you should not bring, open containers of food, perishable and refrigerated food, clothing, household items, and medication. Again, the Fox 61 Flood Relief Drive is this Thursday from 8 to 11. If you can't make it out, tune in at 10 a.m. for our special coverage.
Well, less than an hour ago, Meriden officials reported mosquitoes testing positive for West Nile virus there. The mosquitoes were trapped last week in Falcon Park. We do know one person in Connecticut has tested positive so far this year. They have since recovered. Now, meanwhile, a person in New Hampshire has died after testing positive for EEE, another illness spread by mosquitoes. Health officials say the person was hospitalized due to severe central nervous system symptoms. Right now, we do not know the person's name or age, and this is the first infection in the state in a decade. Coming up at 6:30, we're taking a look at why we're seeing a rise in mosquito-borne illnesses.
Turning to the weather now, a dry day today, lots of sunshine, but that changes tomorrow.
Yeah, the good news is it doesn't change as much as a few days ago we thought it might. Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank joining us. Rachel, I know you changed the forecast so I could get outside and do some work tomorrow.
Just for you.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Absolutely. The forecast revolves around Brett. Yeah, we've got showers and storms that look like the bulk of which will stay to the south of us tomorrow. So this is the change that they were just talking about. Yesterday, we had a weather impact alert day in effect for Wednesday, and we were able to cancel that based on the latest trends that are coming in from guidance. There is still a chance for an isolated shower or storm, but I think most of the day is dry and the severe weather threat is rather low. It will actually be quite hot tomorrow. We're looking at highs in the 80s to near 90 degrees, and it's also going to be a bit more humid to go along with that. Right now, we're looking at temperatures that are in the lower 80s for both Hartford and the New Haven area, 79 in Waterbury and 73 in Groton. Nothing on the radar for a change at this time yesterday. We were tracking those showers and storms that were bringing that impressive hail to parts of the state. Overnight lows will be in the mid-60s to right around 70 degrees. It's not looking as comfy as it has been the last few nights and following mornings. And heading through the day tomorrow, again, first thing in the morning, there is a chance for a shower in spots. Then we'll see clouds break for sun. Those temperatures rise, climbing into the upper 80s to near 90. Then there is a chance for an isolated shower or storm in the afternoon too. But honestly, most of the state stays dry. This is the hottest day of the week, though. We've got cooler changes for Thursday and Friday. We'll explain coming up.
Thank you, Rachel. And with the heat this week, students at Waterbury Public Schools will be released earlier tomorrow. The district will operate on early dismissal schedule. All extracurricular activities are also canceled. For tomorrow's schedule, head to our website, fox61.com. Connecticut GOP lawmakers held a press conference today while the state legislature weighs a special session.
Yeah, they're wondering what they can do about those utility bills that shocked Connecticut customers this summer. The GOP told us today they want to get back on the floor and put short-term and long-term proposals up against energy costs.
We've asked for meetings with the Democrat leadership and with the governor. We sent him 2 letters, one on August 9th, one on August 16th, just requesting a meeting to have a conversation. They have gone unanswered. The arrogance of the majority is reigning strong in the state of Connecticut. It's disrespectful to the residents of Connecticut. We have an obligation to try to solve this problem.
If you want to have a special session, I don't want a lot of cosmetics. I don't want to waste time saying I want 3 commissioners, 5 commissioners. That doesn't make any difference. It's a question of supply and demand. And that's what I'll be talking to the Energy Committee about in less than a week.
Now, Governor Lamont did confirm to us he probably would be fine with a special session. Connecticut Republicans are collecting public signatures asking for one anyway. The problem is what the legislature can and cannot do.
Connecticut's rates are mostly based on energy supply and infrastructure costs. They're adjusted and decided by PURA, or the Public Utilities Regulatory Authority. That public benefits fee you see on your bill, well, that's money that has to be paid back to Eversource somehow, some way. But again, PURA commissioners decide on the timeline.
So no, lawmakers cannot lower your rates or slash your bill right now. They could, however, put state money toward the outstanding costs to Eversource, a relief Band-Aid of sorts. And that's something they can vote on in a special session, but lawmakers wouldn't be able to decide if that money comes from taxes, unused federal funding, or some other source.
And lawmakers on both sides of the aisle want to make changes to energy supply in Connecticut, while Republicans say they want to force more transparency when it comes to how companies are using the money. The GOP wants to begin the work now before next session's January start date.
Well, right now is the last public hearing when it comes to the new potential deal for Aquarian. The water company, which was a division of Eversource, is now being sold. The price tag could be over $1.6 billion. And once Aquarian is bought, officials warn communities will probably get less tax revenue than they are used to. There's also a chance customer rates could go up. These public hearings have been a chance to talk about the bid from South Central Connecticut's Regional Water Authority, an agency that was created by the state legislature. And while South Central wants it, the deal is not done yet.
Gone are the days of remote learning and pandemic protocols, but schools are still working to make a comeback from challenges brought on by COVID.
Yeah, today, on the first day of school for many districts, state education leaders unveiled new data showing progress in those efforts to get students back on track with attendance and performance scores.
Fox 61's Angela Bavaro joins us in Hartford with a look at the new numbers.
The big headline here, schools are seeing a second year of improved attendance and math and science scores. However, the work continues to get those numbers closer to or beating pre-pandemic levels. This right here is the performance index for all students in the state, measuring the average performance in the subjects of English, math, and science. Numbers from the 2021-2022 school year and on are lower than what we saw pre-pandemic in all three subjects. However, there was some improvement in math and science for the second year in a row.
And I'll add that noteworthy among this is the improvement in mathematics, not just in the elementary grades, but also in the middle grades. The middle grades have been hard to move in mathematics even prior to the pandemic. We're also seeing improvements in mathematics in almost all grades and all student groups, which is also encouraging to see. English Language Arts, ELA, has remained stable.
We see a similar trend looking at another issue made worse by the pandemic, chronic absenteeism. That means students are missing 10% or more of school days. Now, statewide data shows numbers are coming down after jumping during the pandemic, but they are not yet back to those pre-pandemic levels.
This past year, that there were 87,397 students chronically absent. And yes, for us, that's an indication that there's quite a lot more work to be done. However, I want to put that in context. The 87,397 is down from 99,071 for school year 22-23.
The state launching a program back in 2021 called LEAP, targeting several districts to help get chronic absenteeism down through methods like home visits. Education leaders touting success with that program, pointing to research that shows double-digit improvements in attendance 6 months after one of those visits. Reporting in the capital city, I'm Angelo Bavaro, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Connecticut lawmakers are expanding health care for paraeducators. The program was first offered last school year. More than 4,100 paras got a one-time stipend, usually worth more than $1,000. This financial assistance will help lower the cost of monthly premiums, deductibles, and other out-of-pocket expenses. Now, state lawmakers are continuing the program, putting $10 million towards it. State officials expect to give payments to more than 5,000 paraeducators.